Widespread heavy rain returns to the forecast on Sunday. Richard Wedding at the Weather Channel for Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
It's 87 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
And knocked down again. It was Christian Miller.
It's time for the Miller's Edge with 4-time SEC champion and 2-time national champion Christian Miller.
Once again with Christian Miller taking him down.
Here is college football playoff national champion Christian Miller on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC.
And welcome into this Wednesday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are ready for another day full of some good old sports talk here on the Miller's Edge. Another day of the dog days of summer. But Chase, I would argue, man, this time around, dog days of summer, man, I feel like have been very eventful, man. There's just been plenty to talk about, so I'm not complaining there. We're only, I don't know, a few days short of 2 weeks from SEC Media Days. We're rolling right into football season. July, to me, I'm not going to lie, I kind of sped things up. In my opinion, I feel like we're kind of already there, almost there. It feels like we're there, the way we're talking, the way we're breaking down tape. I don't know, kind of in that spirit. So hopefully you guys are kind of feeling that like I am. I don't know. The Heat definitely feels like we're in football season. So we're definitely already excited about that and talking about it. 59 days away from, I guess, game day is what I'm seeing, according to Ms. Crystal here in the chat. So 59 days, Chase, I'm trying to think of 59. Dallas Warmack, one of my teammates, I know he wore 59. Chance Warmack's little brother. Trying to think if there's any other 59s that I might be missing. He's who comes to mind immediately. So there we go. We are Dallas Warmack days away from kicking off the 2026 NCAA football season. And speaking of NCAA football, Chase, I don't know if you've seen this, but a lot of people complaining about the game. Have you seen that, man? I was kind of excited. I thought about getting it this year. I didn't buy it last year, but now I'm seeing a lot of pushback and people complaining about it. What's all that about? Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Chase,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
There we go. Yeah, so pretty much it has been a flop. I've heard just a lot of the smaller tweaks from last game that they didn't fix. I heard in Dynasty mode, they're making it harder to progress with your program or said whatever you choose. It's a lot slower. And then they're having you pay a lot more for like certain packs or certain perks because the game is already expensive. So I think a lot of people are ticked off because they've waited so long. And then a lot of people who are sponsored by these companies that do EA, they're not getting their return on investment because they've been hyping this up for months in and getting sneak peeks. And they're playing it on like, Twitch and stuff. And they're not winning. They're just kind of like, I don't even know what's going on. It's bad. So hopefully they can fix this.
Dang.
I might try to get the game, but at this point, I might just hold back a little bit until they fix some cogs because I'm paying a fortune for these video games. Because it's not like when we used to go to GameStop and Blockbuster and they'd be like said price. This is more than like my phone bill.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, what is it, like $69 now for like a standard game, and then if you want, I guess deluxe editions, they're like $99, and I guess tax and all that. You're right, it's definitely not cheap, but yeah, I don't know. I hadn't seen what all the outrage is about, so I guess I have to look into that because I don't want to. I'm like you, man. I mean, hey, listen, things are expensive nowadays. Last thing I want to do is waste $80 on a game and then not walk away satisfied. But we'll have to see. As soon as I get it, I guess I'll give you guys a review on that, and maybe it'll save you guys some money. Speaking of that game, I don't know if you saw Deion Sanders. He had mentioned the reason he's not in the game, and on the topic of money, that's allegedly why he's not in the game. Can I ask you a question, Chase? Is it just me, or is it like, man, like I understand wanting to be compensated for your name, image, and likeness, your efforts, right? Or your hard work. Listen, I know that just as good as anybody. But when you hear a guy like Deion Sanders, who, and I'm not trying to jump on him. I know a lot of people already get on the guy because just the way he coaches, his style, the way he played the game, he's very outspoken. Some would call it confidence. Some would call it arrogance. My point is, he explained the reason he's not in the NCAA football game, or EA Sports, I should say, College Football 27. This is what he said, Chase. He said, if I'm not in the game, that means they weren't paying enough. Now, let me just remind you and everybody else. Deion Sanders, one of the greatest defensive backs to play in the National Football League. A guy who was a multi-sport athlete, also played professional baseball. A guy who I would imagine is probably doing pretty well for himself. I mean, I'm sure he made plenty during his playing career. He's been a head coach for quite some time now. Hell, his son, I think, made the most money off of jersey sales last season in the NFL after being a 5th round pick and, started a few games for the Cleveland Browns. I guess that doesn't really have anything to do with him, but I guess the point I'm saying is I feel like they do pretty well. They've had TV shows. So I understand he's a public figure and he gets a lot of attention. But Chase, I mean, like, at what point are we just kind of like, come on, man, like they weren't paying enough? I mean, it's just a video game. I'm curious now, like what the numbers are that he would be looking for to be in the game. I don't know what coaches really get to be in the game. I remember like the first year they brought the game back, players were getting, what was it, like several $100s, maybe $1,000. I don't remember. Probably has gone up a little bit since then. And I could understand, even if they offered him maybe 10 bands just to be in this game, he's probably going to say, that ain't enough. But at what point is it just kind of like, come on, man, like just be in the video game, right? Like people want the game to feel as authentic as possible. I saw some people complaining that some players that aren't in there, Latia Brooks, we talked about, he's not in there. I think there's a couple guys, I want to say like on the offensive line, might not have been in there. It just feels weird when you got like actual names on there than some randomly generated names. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, could he not sacrifice? I mean, listen, you don't need listen, brother, I think you got plenty of money, man. Just be in the game. What do you make of this, Chase? You think he's being a little arrogant here with this decision?
I think so. I think he's living up to what has made him money. He's trying to keep his persona up, and that's just his personality. I'm a little disappointed, too, because a lot of people like myself look up to Deion. And
I do.
As well as Norris, I just feel like for someone that didn't get to watch Deion live in person, like, it would have been cool to, like, have him as a coach or, whether he was like a voiceover in a game or something like that. I just feel like it's just a little too much. They already have so much going on. I don't know if you saw with their QB, the comments he had made.
Oh, God.
It's that you just don't need any more negative publicity. Like, this could have been positive because a lot of their players play the game, so you have to look at it from a business standpoint. Whether you get paid or not, you're already getting a boatload of money through sponsorships. Your kids are making money. You live in a nice house. I don't know if it's in Texas. You're getting paid well at the CU head coaching job, and then other appearances he makes on like sports TV shows. Like, you've made it. You don't need to push the envelope further because this is going to show other coaches that are trying to make it into college football or even a broader standpoint like other sports that, hey, what's a video game got to do with me? It's not going to affect, if it's affecting my pockets, I don't have to worry about it. Like, no, other generations look up to you like me and so many others, and it's just kind of, I don't want to say a slap in the face, but I just feel like it's going to start something where now head coaches are like, you know what, I don't need to do it if I'm not getting paid. Now, like you said, players, I don't even know Latia Brooks is not in the game. Like, what?
I don't know if that was a personal. I feel like that was probably a personal decision. The way he posted about it was confusing though, because it almost seemed as if like he wanted to be in the game, but they didn't add him to the game. But to my understanding, I mean, you really just kind of you sign off on the NIL part of it. Right, then they can put you in the game, right? And the NCAA, they don't do face scans. Madden, they do face scans. Like if you get invited to the NFL Combine, they typically have like a Madden station while you're there to do your face scan for the game. And then you get paid. In the NFL, I'm not going to lie, you get paid good to be in the game. Like when I was in the league, I think they paid around, and maybe it varies for other people, but I think the way it works is they pay a lump sum, and then the NFLPA kind of distributes it evenly for the most part, unless certain guys get more. I don't know. And not, I hate talking finances, but this is a long time ago. The check when I was playing was about $17,000 or $18,000 annually, like just to be in Madden, right? So I see Chelsea in the chat. She said, just a video game that's capitalizing in quotations, right? That's capitalizing tons of money off of fans. He has a right to be compensated for his NIL. If a game has generated money off him, which I totally understand and agree, it's just the way he said it. Hey, if I'm not in the game, that means they weren't paying enough. So they were going to compensate him. It just probably wasn't what he felt like he was worth. And I understand, especially like him. He's a polarizing figure. But I'm just kind of like, at what point is it just like, all right, man, like you understand maybe it's not as much as you would want, but it might help with recruiting maybe. Maybe kids will enjoy seeing you in the game. I don't know. Clearly he doesn't really care as much about that because he was also the one that said he wasn't going and doing these home visits and doing all that. So it's Deion for you. But we'll talk a little bit more about Deion because, Chase, you brought up this point, and hopefully my dad jumps on here because I really want to get his thoughts. He's a big Deion fan. And, by the way, I pulled this up, not to pocket watch. The dude is scheduled to make $10 million this year, 11 the next 2 years, and then $12 million in 2029. So I think he's doing okay if he decided to, join in the game and take a little bit of a pay cut there. That said, we got to talk about what his quarterback said. And I'll be honest with you, Chase, I had to make sure I was hearing it right because we're talking about a quarterback at Colorado. I wouldn't say like a top university, but they're a Division I program. And the way he summed up how things went last football season, kind of the way they operated, I think Deion's got some other things to worry about than just how much he's getting paid to be in the game. We'll talk about that and more after this quick timeout. But don't go anywhere. We're just getting started on this Wednesday edition. I think we're pretty much open unless my dad joins in on the action. So 205-342-9904. Love to get you guys in on the conversation. Had a fun full day yesterday of phone calls. Why not run it back? We'll do it again right here on the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Quick timeout. We'll be right back.
It's too late. Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Sweltering sunshine here this afternoon at 93. Feeling closer to 100. Watch for a chance of thunderstorms. A westerly breeze. Tonight, clear, warm and muggy, 74. Dangerous heat continues Thursday and Friday with temperatures in the mid-90s. Heat index values between 100 and 105. Widespread heavy rain returns to the forecast on Sunday. Richard Wedding at the Weather Channel for Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
It's 87 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Want to know what's going on with the Crimson Tide? Download the Tide 100.9 app today. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. About to talk a little bit about college football for sure. We were talking about Deion Sanders, his decision not to be in the new video game, said they weren't paying him enough. Boy, I mean, it's as if he needs even more money at this point. Anyways, let me not pocket watch. We got the pastor of Payne on here, who hosted his football camp yesterday back in his hometown, Pageland, South Kakalaki. You guys hear the stories about he got these from lifting these, the watermelons, that whole thing. He was back in the watermelon capital yesterday, but he wasn't lifting watermelon. He was lifting up hands in the name of Jesus, working with young men at his football camp. So you mentioned something before we came back. I wanted to say it for radio. I think that's a pretty big accomplishment. You said football camp went great. Y'all did a lot of good work. I saw the snippets. It looked hot. I saw you sweating. You got a nice sweat in. That's good. You probably needed that.
I lost about 8 pounds, probably.
That's good. Amen. We're talking about working out in the chat right now.
Back in the watermelon days, baby. Back in the watermelon days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But, keep doing it. But so what did you say outside of football, though? You said
no, I mean, it was, it's what I've done this year for sure at my camps. We get on the field. I take them through more of fundamental stuff. I believe in basic fundamentals. I believe in footwork and talking about hand placement, sticking and, backpedaling and moving, driving on the ball. So we do a lot of bag drills, things like that. So it's a lot of running, it's a lot of conditioning. But they did a great job. We had 70-something sign up early, but we had about 100 kids at the camp. And Coach Johnny Easton of Central Payson High School, they went deep in the playoffs last year. He's doing an outstanding job. He believes in, pouring into the hearts of these young people. But I went back, and it was pretty cool, man. I mean, when you think about 40 years, and it's hard to believe how fast 4 decades go, standing in the middle of the cafeteria in which I used to walk around and cut up and whatever. You never think that you one day be a pastor coming back or a former NFL, or I didn't see that because it's a very poor area where I grew up. So, as I tell people, the most important thing for me is to minister the gospel to the kids. I cut up on here a lot with y'all, but I'm about the gospel. I'm about pouring in the hearts of people, being for sure, but young people. And we had 35 kids. My pastor of my hometown church was there. Shout out to Union Hill Baptist Church, my sister Wanda and Pastor Brand for me. They gave me $800 donation. $800 on top of that. And that's, help cover these shirts and all that good stuff. And they fed them. Jennifer Riley, shout out to them as well in Payson, South Carolina for giving. So listen, 35 young men's life were changed for sure on the football field, but most importantly, they were changed forever, eternity.
Can we get a round of applause, Chase? You still got that button ready? You still got that round of applause button? Maybe not. Anyway, go ahead.
Chase, sleep. Wake up, Chase. Let me see. But but the praise goes to the Lord. So I'll give the Lord a hand clap because he did it. Listen, man, watermelon capital of the world. So that's what we do. I was excited. I was thrilled. I mean, if you get a chance to go on my Facebook, any of my social, Instagram, Pastor Painter 57, check it out. There's a lot of video on there. You get a chance to glance at my little school, which is now 1A. It was 2A when I was there, but now they're down to 1A. But it was great. It was great. My brother Seneca.
I thought he's coaching there.
Who?
Or no? Seneca.
Yeah, he is. He coached middle school.
Oh, okay.
So my brother coached middle school. My cousin Billy Blakely, shout out to him. Just made a Hall of Fame at Wingate University. He's one of the early black quarterbacks. He should have played Division I, but he ended up, they wouldn't take black quarterbacks back in the day, especially down south. So he ended up going to Wingate, and he's a now Hall of Famer. So that's my first cousin Billy. So he came and helped. I mean, it was just great, man. I don't even know how to explain it. How good that was, and to go back to where you're from, and to see that kind of response from parents bringing their kids, parents thanking you, because there's a lot going on with young people. We just had a group of young people here in Charleston, South Carolina, about an hour and a half from me, beat up a police officer, a woman police officer. Yeah, we had, Juneteenth, when you try to celebrate some history for Black Americans, we got kids out there acting the fool, fighting and going on. So now they got to change rules for this renovated park here in Columbia called Finley Park. Very beautiful place. Shootings right a mile from here. Kids, retaliation, shot up people's houses where they're sleeping. 35, 40 bullet holes in homes. These are young people. I mean, across our country, young people. And so, as I told somebody this morning, you can sit there and watch the news and complain about it. But what are you going to do about it? And if you can't go out and serve and mentor, or then give money to things like Giants for Christ, people like, or other ministries or functions that are going out here trying to make a difference. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what's happening when we go out there and get into their space. You don't have to be in the edifice, which is the church building, the basilica. We don't have to be in something with a steeple on the top to preach Jesus. We can do it in the cafeteria. We can do it at the cigar lounge, which I had 16 men in my Bible study on Monday night. 16 men that been challenged to live holy lives. I mean, so this is happening. I mean, so I'm excited. I'm going to talk some more about it today here in Charlotte. Cal Bailey of Charlotte, I used to work up there. He wants to hear more about the camp. I mean, we need to make a difference. I mean, college, I'm hoping that when this book's dropped, that college coaches will, I know Stephen A. got more cachet than Corey Miller or, these guys with a name, whatever, make millions of dollars. But it ain't about the cachet. It's about the anointing. Somebody filled with the Spirit of God that goes into a locker room.
Well, you need to remind Deion Sanders of that because he's too busy not want to be in the game because the cachet, like you said, is not enough. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
That's business. I mean, that's business. That's totally different.
But I'm saying, at what point does it turn into? I mean, like the dude's making all that money, has made all that money. I'm saying you can't even be in a video game, man. Like to me, I think his ego is a little sometimes.
No, man, he has an ego. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But but business. This means like, if I was in business and coaching, and if I had a value, what's my value? And so then there's a value placed on an individual. So I hear what you're saying, but what I'm talking about is totally different. I don't get paid any money. I'm giving money. I'm giving back. And I don't have money. I give back based on what I'm raising, and I try to put the money back into the kids, back into community. Deion Sanders, I'm sure, does a ton of stuff, good stuff, but you're probably not going to hear about it. And that's what happens. You hear about this kind of stuff.
Come on, man.
No, I'm being real. You don't hear about the good things people are doing. You hear about when something bad, or he, you hear they blow these. This is just media. I worked in media and TV for 2.5 decades. I get this. They want to. That's what draws clicks and likes. But if he was out here serving the homeless and buying shoes for, the people that are not privileged or going into the hoop, they ain't gonna blow that story up because that ain't gonna draw clicks. But if you get arrested for, putting a finger on somebody or yelling, then that's what draws the clicks. Okay. That's just real talk.
Right. But here's the thing I'm trying to explain. There's other things that you could also consider that maybe it wouldn't be bad for recruiting. Right? I mean, kids will get to see him on the game. It helps expand his image, which we already know. He's a polarizing figure. He doesn't really need
prime time. If you got to name prime time, you don't need no exposure like that.
I mean, I understand that. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, I mean, brother, he makes $10 million salary this year. He done made plenty of money playing the NFL. His son has made millions just from jersey sales. So, I mean, his family's doing well. I mean, he's got a beautiful home down in, I think he's got a fueling station on the property. Like, brother, if they offered you, 10 bands to be in the game, but you want $50K, I mean, come on, man. Like, I don't know the numbers. I'm just saying. I mean, to me, it's not that people are trying to just, I don't know, speak on the negative stuff, but it's just like a common theme. Like, it's the way, if I'm not in the game, that means they weren't paying enough. I mean, I don't know. It just rubs you just a certain way, man. Personally, that's just for me at least.
Listen. You got to get to a place, in faith. If you're a minister like myself, pastor, preacher,
which he allegedly is,
which he is. I mean, listen, it wouldn't be how I am. Now, I would definitely negotiate, right? But I'm it's kind of like my idea is this. I want the Abraham blessing. That blessing that says this: as far as you can see, so shall your descendants be. Means like, God bless me. I want to raise a lot of money. I want to get a lot of money. I would love to be filthy rich. But see, my idea now has changed since God has delivered me. I want more money so I can go give more. I can do more. I can spread the gospel more. So I wish Deion Sanders' mindset would be about that. Now, still negotiate, but you don't have to be top of the chart. But hey, if I can get whatever, $1 million, 50, whatever. What can I do?
They don't need it. They don't need them that bad.
I know they don't need it, but I'm talking about ministry. You get the money to use it to help people. There ain't but so much you can spend. There ain't but so much you need. So my thing would be, how can we invest back in the community? How can we invest in men, black men, African-American men who struggle? How can we invest in young girls and stop all this teenage pregnancy and abortion, teach them about doing the right thing, making good decisions? See, my thing is, even like the abortion, right? I'm more about teaching and preaching. Now, let me finish. I'm more about teaching and preaching to young people so that they change their lives, so they're not having premarital sex and having babies unforced with these decisions. My thing is that we need more people to get in and talk to them and preach to them and love them about that and love them when they're there. Okay, when they've made a good or bad decision. We need more. These coaches need to do more. They're making all of this money. They can do more to help young people. I mean, that's all I'm saying. But if your heart is not there, like the scripture said, whatever a man's heart, or he thinketh, whatever a man thinketh, so shall he be, so shall he become. Meaning what's in his heart, what's in the person's heart, that's what he is. That's what they become. So what's in your heart? So if money in your heart, then maybe that's what you're saying with Dion, he about to shut him.
That's I
know, but I'm saying, I don't think, though, that's who he really is.
I think he has a great impact on young men. I would argue he's one of the few I'm sure a lot of college coaches, but I feel like he's one of the few college coaches that really have that mission to really impact young men outside of just football, right? Yeah, I would put him in that category.
But does that change that he should take less money because he's made a lot of money if he feels as though now I talk about this with athletes now with NIL. It's about value production. What's your value? You should, and like any other job, you should be paid whatever value you have. That's why coaches, they got a value. They win championships or win a lot of games like Caleb DeBoer. His value skyrocketed. That's why he's getting paid, $11 million per. Or, Nick Saban or Dabo, these Kirby. These guys' value is high versus Shane Beamer. When he came to Columbia, he had no value. He had his daddy's name. He ain't won no games, right? So his value was like $3.3 million. Now he won some games. It seemed like he had the program on trending in the right direction. And then he got a bump because his value, he became, valuable where people may want his services. Therefore, when other people want your services, guess what happened? Your value skyrockets. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, so I get it. Now, it's easy to say, Dion Prime, you got all this money, you got all this property, your kids are millionaires, why wouldn't you do this?
It can maybe help his recruiting, the image for him as a coach.
That ain't going to help his recruiting.
I mean, I'm saying a lot of kids play the game.
They play the game, but do you play the game of how much money you giving this kid? All that's out the window. Now, back 10, 15 years ago, oh, yeah.
I'm just saying,
that crap right there is not helping it. It's not helping it.
And all these other top
coaches. Can you give a million? Well, that school offer me $800,000. What can you offer me?
Yeah, for the kids, but I'm saying in terms of coaches being
that's recruiting. That's all
these other top coaches. Every other top coach that I'm aware of has pretty much been the game. But just to put a bow on this, because we got to hit a timeout, we're rolling over a little bit. It does say, in short, players are paid around $1,500 plus a free copy of the game now. So that's definitely gone up.
That's a lot.
But it does say, typically, coaches don't get any direct compensation unless a coach negotiates a separate licensing or endorsement agreement outside EA standard process, which again, then they just replace you with a generic thing. And it's really, I don't want to make it seem like I'm making it bigger than it really needs to be. I just was saying, for it coming from him, like I know we shouldn't be surprised, but I'm just like, come on, man. Like at what point are we just, listen, you're talking to somebody who's all about business. I'm with them to an extent, but then it's just like, come on, man. It's
like you.
We want the game to be as authentic as possible.
$3-4 million contract when you got drafted by the Panthers and you try to sell a spot on the radio and they want to give you $200 and you really want $2,000. So it's the same concept.
Nah, that's a little bit different. That's a little bit different.
No, it's not. Same concept.
That's a little bit different. We got to hit it.
Your value, you feel like your value is more. Well, if you got two natties, you got 4 SECs, you a captain, you put versus somebody just coming off the street and say, hey, I can do radio, y'all should be paid the same?
No.
Heck no. Because their value is not the same as yours.
No, listen, I understand value. I trust me. I really do understand value. My thing was just saying, like, brother, when you're in that position already, like, we just want the game to feel authentic. Bro, just be in the game so we can have as many actual faces and people in the game. And anyway, all right, we got a timeout. We come back. We keep on rolling on this Wednesday edition. We got Hunter on the line. Plus, speaking of Dion, I need to get your thoughts on this because his quarterback kind of made him look a little little funny with what he had to say when he was interviewed the other day. We'll talk about that and more. Ryan Coleman-Williams, big debate on that when we come back. Right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9.
We want to make sure that we give that to them each and every time they come and visit us.
The sense of pride that we have in the quality, the consistency of our food carries over to everything we do in the stores. That's Tuscaloosa.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I wanted to tell you about our friends over at Lamparello Law, Education and Advocacy. Founded by attorney and professor Adam Lamparello, helping students at every level with mentoring, exam prep, applications, and career planning. Adam also represents students, faculty, and athletes in academic misconduct, First Amendment, NIL, and criminal defense cases. Known for real care and relentless
disease. Learn more at skyrizzy.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY.
Alabama fans are all over the world, and we are too. Download the Tide 100.9 app right now in the App Store and Google Play, and take the Crimson Tide everywhere you go.
This is the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC. I guess we're just going to keep piling up on Deion, man. I'm kidding. I'm not trying to. But listen, let me be clear. I totally respect his decision. My thing is just, and I hate that it sounds like this because that is a bad.
You always kind of hate on Deion.
No. I wouldn't say I
hate on. There's a pattern in the history.
No. I don't hate on Deion Sanders. What I don't like is people that are overly have an overinflated sense of self-image, people that are narcissistic, people that are very much into themselves is very distasteful. It's just distasteful to me. I'm just being honest with you. I know there's a level of confidence needed, especially to play the cornerback position, but people that carry themselves like that, it's just not my cup of tea. Just respectfully, I just don't like it like that. Like I've always been, I'm the fly on the wall. I'm like the person, I'm in the shadows, and that's my right. Just like their right is to, if you want to be in the spotlight and wear all the flashy this, that, and like that's cool. But just for me, like the way he goes about things, it's never been my speed. So I wouldn't call myself a hater, but I just, I like a little bit of a different style. It's not really me. Like when he first came in and he told those kids who probably been busting their tails, at Colorado. I get it. They were awful. I mean, they won like one football game. Terrible, right? They sucked. Let's just be honest. But you don't have to look
what would you like? How would you have liked him?
I think there's a certain level of respect. I think when you sit there and look at these young men in their face, you're talking about impacting young men. What are you doing to their confidence when you say, hey, I got Gucci and Louis and Finney and Prada coming in, so if you ain't that, go ahead and pack your bags and get out my locker room. Granted, he didn't say it.
I like it because he tells the kids.
Man, you don't have to do that.
You don't let me answer that, you going to answer.
I'm saying, but go ahead.
I like it because he tells the kids the truth. Hey, what y'all did is not good enough. It's not going to happen here. So, and I'm going to bring some dudes in here that I feel like that's going to be that, even though they haven't been that consistently. But that was his whole thing. So, let me help you out. Because most of you probably not going to be here, so go find somewhere else to play.
But there's a way you can say it a different way. Like, think about how you sound. You sound, again, like you said, is supposed to be a minister.
Is something bad about how I just said that?
No, the way you said it even sounded a little. It still was harsh, but it didn't sound like I'm bringing Gucci and I'm bringing Louis.
Harsh, man. You could have
harsh.
made it back in the day, brother.
My coach was Nick Saban. What are you talking about?
But Nick said like that, man.
I got let me
rub your back, son.
No, it's not. It's not. No. It's called respect, man. It's called respect. Like Coach said,
you didn't earn no respect yet. They didn't earn no respect.
Okay, but listen, but you don't have to talk to them like that. To me, I'm just saying that doesn't. What does that do for you? To me, that's just like, bro, like that's not how a head coach. You're supposed to be a leader, and you're talking to kids.
That's not leaders.
By telling, no. Listen,
in the military, they get cussed out. You lead different ways, bro. I mean, listen, everybody I'm not here to, I'm going to lead you, but nothing wrong with him saying what he said. There's nothing wrong. He's old school. That's who he is. Bill Parcells, when we got drafted, I told this story before. It wasn't no nice, congratulatory, y'all been drafted. We're glad that you're here. Welcome to the New York Giants. He said, I don't give a F if any of you get on the bus in the morning. I mean, there wasn't nothing like, hey, I got to go earn my respect. I got to go take that said respect by how I play, by how I go about my business, by how I do things. That's kind of was my attitude. I'm going to go earn it. I can't just go up in here like young kids today because I got drafted or because I'm a 5-star and I just show up and I deserve a level of respect.
We didn't have that.
You deserve a level of respect by going busting people in the mouth, by making plays, by doing what you're supposed to do, being accountable, working your tail off, first in the line, leading in sprints, being the first at the weight room, taking care of your academics. Guess what? You get respect. And if you don't, and you're losing, and you don't care about winning, and losing does not bother you, then you're probably going to get a little more harsh response. And that's kind of how Deion was.
But my point is, he never
gave him that opportunity.
He never gave him an opportunity. The moment he walked in the door, he was on that type of time.
They had opportunity.
Bro, they had a whole different staff. He walked, I'm saying, I'm saying is, listen, you're making it seem like I want to, dude, my coach was Nick Saban. Y'all seen all the ESPN training camp videos? I mean, listen, man, called us and cussed us all. He never called me my name he called me my name when I was getting recruited. When I got on campus, I was a number. We all were numbers. We're like cattle running around. We were numbers. He ain't hardly call any of us by name. Like, I get what you're saying, but he knew how to, he would get on us, and he was very strict, right? He was very tough, very hard. He would cuss us up and down, but there was a sense of respect with it though. I know that sounds weird because it's like, how do those things coexist? But you still knew, right? Or even, for example, like when he got on me on the whole famous clip of me getting chewed out on the sideline against Louisville, right? He cussed me up and down for felt like 10 minutes, right? Next week at practice, he wanted to come make it right. You know what I mean? Because he knew in the moment he probably did a little much, and he realized once he watched the tape, I really was just defending myself. I had a dude trying to, jump on my back in a defensive spot. I ain't no punk. You know what I'm saying? I got to defend myself. I wasn't trying to be selfish, but I'm not about to let some dude just drive the back of my head in the ground. Like, you got me crazy.
No,
right. And what I'm saying, but you knew he cared about us, right? He's going to get on. When somebody just comes in and say, hey, man, y'all are terrible. I'm just saying, I feel like he could at least say, hey, man, listen, the way y'all did things is not how we're going to do things. And then it maybe gave him a little bit of an opportunity.
I think there were a few players that got that opportunity.
Dude, if you listen to some of those kids' interviews, man, anyway.
I don't know. Listen, but then move on. And he ain't your kind of guy. Go play for somebody else. That's the right that they have. Deion's going to have the same thing. Deion's going to have to prove, somebody said in the chat, he's going to have to, you're right. Because at some point, his excuses are going to run out. And them guys that he let go and told them that, they're not available to be there, well, he's going to have to win without, Shador, without Travis, and these guys who are basically first-round guys, even though Shador didn't get drafted there, but he has that kind of talent. So he's going to have to prove that he can get his own guys because it's fair game. He's been there long enough. Now they had that phenomenal year. They took him, he's won better since he's much better than what they had. We can all agree to that.
No,
but when you're talking about can he win at a high level, and now with NIL and everything, he should be able to. He should be. If they got some money and then he makes a difference in recruiting, that should happen. But he's got to get better players. He got to get better offensive line play. Their best offensive line was going to be a first round. He lost him. I mean, yeah. So
that dude is good, boy.
Yeah, that dude's going to be a bona fide first round, a top 10 guy. I mean, so for something he ain't doing something. So he got his own stuff he's got to fix. But I'm not mad at him. Again, he's going to have to prove himself, just like he's telling the players. And then what'll happen down the road, his value will go down as a head coach, right? And they'll find somebody else. It's going
to. They really ain't going to pay him to be in the game. Listen, real quick, because we got to hit a timeout. Hey, he needs to find a better offensive coordinator or quarterback coach, because this is what his quarterback had to say when he was recently interviewed. We're going to hit this timeout. We'll come back and respond to it.
Most since last year to now?
My play, I'm actually looking at the defenses now. Last year we wasn't really looking at defense as much, just kind of high school free ball and just out there playing football. But, it's a lot bigger than that now, so it should be fine.
That was his quarterback that just said they were out there high school free balling it, freestyling, just having fun.
I tell the truth.
That's very telling.
When you look at the offense, that's what it looked like to me.
Well, that's very telling, man. That's it's Division I football. This ain't 1A Page on Central High School. All right, we got to hit a timeout. When we come back, we keep on rolling. We got Hunter on the phone line.
I played like that in high school, ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, in high school, brother. This is Colorado. This is Division I football, man. Ain't gonna cut it. We'll keep on talking about this when we come back right here on the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230.
Ram, Tuscaloosa's destination for iconic Jeeps. Drive a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4, priced at $54,529.
Do you have cracks or potholes that are dragging down your property's appeal? Hey, I'm Christian Miller, and at Asphalt Restoration, we transform driveways and parking lots with expert repairs, new paving, or resurfacing. Fast, durable, and family-owned quality that you can trust. Don't let small issues turn into big expenses. Call 205-393-9149 for your free estimate today. That's 205-393-9149. Asphalt Restoration, where smooth roads start. Roll Tide.
From our home base in Birmingham, Alabama, we are here treating patients from every generation across the United States and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers trying to make a name for themselves. We're here for the achievers
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends. We are here for you.
Aggressively pursuing victory over injury.
Learn more at andrewsportsmedicine.com.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I wanted to tell you about our friends over at Lamparello Law, Education and Advocacy. Founded by attorney and Professor Adam Lamparello, helping students at every level with mentoring, exam prep, applications, and career planning. Adam also represents students, faculty, and athletes in academic misconduct, First Amendment, NIL, and criminal defense cases. Known for real care and relentless...
Sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Sweltering sunshine here this afternoon at 93. Feeling closer to 100. Watch for a chance of thunderstorms. A westerly breeze. Tonight, clear, warm and muggy, 74. Dangerous heat continues Thursday and Friday with temperatures in the mid-90s. Heat index values between 100 and 105. Widespread heavy rain returns to the forecast on Sunday. Richard Wedding at the Weather Channel for Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
It's 90 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
The best station in the state, breaking down Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
We pretty much got to hit the top of our break. But let me remind you about our friends real quick while I'm thinking about it. Over at Lamparello Education Law and Advocacy. Lamparello Law Education and Advocacy. Lamparello-law.com is their website. Go schedule yourself a consultation right now. It's free for all your needs, whether it's academic misconduct matters, NIL, any criminal defense matter. If you might find yourself in a situation, we hope you don't, but life happens. Makes you reach out to Lamparello Law Education and Advocacy. Not only will they do it with genuine care, they'll also do it at a very affordable rate. They'll beat out the competition, man, which we all love. Something that is affordable. Plus, they offer a number of other services for high school, college, and graduate students, whether that's educational, career, and academic planning. They also offer subject matter mastery. The list goes on. You name it, they cover it at Lamparello Law Education and Advocacy. Plus, Adam joins us every Thursday, and we get our law lessons. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. And we'll get the latest on some of these things that we've been keeping up with in the law world with our guy, Mr. Adam Lamparello of Lamparello Law Education and Advocacy. We got to hit the top of the hour break. When we come back, we go to the phone lines. We got Hunter on the line. Plus, we'll talk a little bit of Alabama, talk about this schedule. We got it pulled up. I saw this other day. We never really got into it. A must-win game, right? So I saw that trending on X. Can't remember whoever posted it. Shout out to whoever did. I'm not trying to take your idea, but we never fully got into that. Since we got the schedule pulled up, we'll talk about that. What is a must-win game for Alabama in 2026? One game that you just cannot afford to lose. We'll talk about that and more, plus a little snippet on Ryan Coleman Williams. What are our expectations for the, I would say, I guess a superstar potential wide receiver, right? Had a big-time freshman campaign, a little bit of a sophomore slump. What are the expectations going into his junior year? He's now the vet in that room. We'll talk about that and more on the other side right here on the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Quick timeout. We'll be right back.
WTBC Tuscaloosa and W265CG Tuscaloosa, a Town Square media station. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
In baseball's late game, the Rockies beat the Dodgers in L.A. with 3 unearned runs in the 8th inning. Shohei Ohtani did hit a leadoff homer. Minnesota 3-1 over Cleveland. White Sox were beaten at home by Boston 8-1. Kansas City trailed the Mets 9-4 after 4 innings, but the Royals took the game 16-12. Tyler Tolbert of KC went 5 for 6. He had hits in 12 straight plate appearances, tying a major league record. Philadelphia's Kyle Schwarber hit his 31st home homer in a Phil's 4-1 win at Cincinnati. Tampa Bay over the Yankees 6-4. Milwaukee swept a doubleheader at St. Louis. Pittsburgh beat Atlanta as Ryan O'Hearn had 3 homers, 10 RBIs. At the World Cup, the round of 16 is over as Switzerland won on penalty kicks, eliminating Colombia. Argentina, with 3 late goals, survived to beat Egypt 3-2. The World Cup is off Wednesday before the quarterfinals begin.
From our home base in Birmingham, Alabama, we are here treating patients from every generation
across the United States
and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers, trying to make a name for themselves.
We are here for the achievers,
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors who are shaping the next generation of legends. We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing victory over injury.
Learn more at andrewsportsmedicine.com.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Coming up on the Wednesday edition of The Game, we're going to feature Aaron Torres, Fox Sports national analyst. We'll talk to Bruce Marshall, Las Vegas handicapper, and a lot more, starting at 2 p.m. on the Wednesday edition of The Game on Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest-running sports talk show in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC. And streaming worldwide on the free Tide app.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Sweltering sunshine here this afternoon at 93. Feeling closer to 100. Watch for a chance of thunderstorms. A westerly breeze. Tonight, clear and warm and muggy, 74. Dangerous heat continues Thursday and Friday. The temperatures in the mid-90s. Heat index values between 100 and 105. Widespread heavy rain returns to the forecast on Sunday. Richard Wedding at the Weather Channel for Town Square Media Tuscaloosa.
It's 90 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
It's time for the Miller's Edge with 4-time SEC champion and 2-time national champion Christian Miller.
Once again with Christian Miller taking him down.
Here is college football playoff national champion Christian Miller on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC.
Into this Wednesday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Let's go straight to the phone lines because our guy Hunter's been on there patiently waiting. 205-342-9904. Hunter, welcome in.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, brother? Long time, I always say long time no see, but you get the point. What's going on, man? There it is.
How was y'all's fourth?
It was good, man. I threw some stuff on the grill, had some hot dogs, some bratwurst, some burgers, some chicken wings, and Man, I was worn out after cooking, so it was kind of laid back after that. But listen, good food. I can't complain. How was yours, Hunter?
Besides our neighbor burning our fence down, it was all right.
Wait, whoa. He didn't know what he was doing on the grill, or he was lighting fireworks in the wrong direction?
Fireworks went off and hit the fence, caught on fire. Yeah.
Wow. Man, well, hopefully he's going to make that right.
Yeah, everything's good, though.
All right, well, that's good. As long as everybody's safe, that's the most important thing.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
What y'all talking about? Nothing.
Actually, he was saying his neighbor almost burnt his fence down, and I was making sure him and his family was okay. So, I mean, you just walk back in the kitchen. I know you missed what he said, but check on our guy, Hunter, man.
I like Hunter. Where you been, Hunter?
Man, I've been working. I'm trying to start my own business, so I've been trying to do all that.
There you go.
Word up, bro. Make that cheddar, make it rain.
That's right.
Yes, sir. So,
talk to me. What you got for us today, man?
No, I know y'all was about to talk about that Julian Lewis thing. That's what I was going to talk to y'all about.
Oh yeah. What do you think? What do you think about it?
Dumbest thing the kid could say, honestly.
Yeah, but listen, but I think he looked genuine when he was saying it. I don't think he was trying to get. Man. He just answered the question honestly. If anything, that looks worse for his coaches. I mean, that's on them. I mean, they're not teaching them how to read defenses. They're not watching the tape. Like, to me, that's crazy, especially when your head coach is Deion Sanders, who played decade plus the National Football League. I mean, how are you not teaching your quarterback to watch tape? Read defense. Your head coach should know everything about defense, should be able to teach you all these things himself, even though he's not an offensive guy. I mean, come on, man. That to me was crazy.
Honestly, like, just with that comment, how would that benefit Colorado recruiting quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, offensive linemen, all of that, if they don't look at defensive film?
Terrible look, man. I'll be honest with you. That to me is crazy.
Hold on. You don't think they watch defensive tape?
Hold on. No, it's only 15 seconds. Don't worry. I'm going to play it again for you because you probably weren't paying attention. Don't worry, Hunter. We got to pull it up right here. This is what the quarterback says. So it's straight from his mouth. This is not AI, at least not to my knowledge.
Most since last year to now.
My play, I'm actually looking at the defenses now. Last year, we wasn't really looking at defense as much. Just kind of high school free ball and just out there playing football. But, it's a lot bigger than that now.
So, I mean, what do you? He said what he said. Pastor Payne.
He never say we didn't watch tape.
He said we did not look at defense. What is he talking about? He's not talking about.
He's just probably saying that they may didn't use progression as far as looking at the defenses. Listen, I get what he's saying, right? He was saying that some offensive coaches don't coach like that because they believe.
That's crazy.
What I'm calling is going to work. I don't care what the defense does. If I call set play, this guy should be open, or that dig should be open, or the swing route, whatever, then it doesn't matter. So you don't have to sit there and look at the defense. So he's probably a little bit more cerebral, right? Saying, I'm used to maybe reading defense. I'm used to looking at where the safety is or where that wolf is. And now we have a check with me package, which requires you to watch a defense. I'm just saying it does not mean that they don't, as a whole offense, never watch. They watch film and they watch what defenses are doing. That's all.
No, they definitely watch film. But my thing is at the quarterback position, I mean, literally half the job, if not more, is, like you said, cerebral. It's between the ears, right? That's why they put so much emphasis on quarterbacks and the Wonderlic and all these things. Like, dude, you have to be able to read defenses, right? It's the whole point.
I agree.
The defense is, showing, middle of the field, open pre-snap, right? Rocking and rolling safeties, doing things like to the skies and like that. Like that is I don't know how it's a pivotal part of playing the position. I just don't know how you downplay the way he said, like freestyle. And like, I hear what you're saying. If you're running, something, which RPO system, you'd have to read the defense because you're reading, whether it's the end man on the line of scrimmage or you're reading backers or whatever the case may be. I mean, I get what you're saying, quick game, maybe. You're just saying, hey, guys off, we're going to hit this quick hitch. I don't know. But just the way he said that to me, I mean, like, that's a terrible look for the staff, including Deion Sanders, who's the head coach. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fake at first, Hunter. I'll be honest with you. I was really confused, man.
I did too, and I looked it up, and it was everywhere. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but it's Colorado, as they say, Colorado. And they're not even good enough for what he said, even have this. We can't get this time back. First of all, the dude need to go to the barber or the hairstylist and do something with that hair. That's probably why he can't read defense, because he can't see because of the hair in his eyes.
Why are you hating on that? First of all, it's faded, right? It's because he's got curly hair like me, right? But it's faded on the sides and it's falling a little bit. I mean, listen, you can tell he's got it lined up because you look at the facial hair.
I don't want a quarterback with all that hair. I'm going to tell him to go get a haircut.
Pat Mahomes you love Pat Mahomes. And
he didn't have no hair like that.
Yes, he did. They have a similar haircut. It's like the curly mohawk.
No, but he didn't have that hair coming down his face.
Thank God for the internet. I'm going to pull up a picture of Pat Mahomes, your favorite quarterback. You love Pat Mahomes, boy. You like Shannon Sharp.
Man, you like Mahomes, man?
Hey, hold on, wait, why are you saying it like that, Hunter? Hold on, man.
I'm not a Mahomes fan. I don't like him.
Who are you a fan of then?
I'm a Falcons fan. Come on now.
That's laughable.
I'm a Falcons fan.
Matt, so what are we talking, Matt?
No, he's a Tua talking about Loa fan.
Well, Tua's got to beat out Michael Penix first. I know he's coming off.
You got two left-handed quarterbacks. You know you're not winning.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know.
What does that mean? Are you a Matt Ryan guy? Are you a Matt Ryan guy?
Matty Ice, you know it.
I mean, he's a respectable quarterback. I mean,
even though he sold a 28-3 lead, but I
was about to say. I mean, unfortunately, he's known for that more than a lot of the good that he's done. But I mean,
yeah.
Wait a minute, is this a quarterback that came from Liberty? Now look at the hair. It's not even close.
Pat Mahomes. What?
His hair is a lot shorter than that daggone wig that dude wearing. I mean,
bro, what are you looking at?
Look at he even got faded on. I mean,
Hunter, I don't know if you're watching the stream, but I mean, I'm going back and forth with these pictures. But the hair is nearly identical, man.
Yeah.
Identical. I mean,
is that identical hair, Hunter?
I mean, it's close. I would say it's about 85%.
Come on, Hunter. You know it's not.
85%. Come on, man.
They both look like they got highlights too, man. Come on, man. You just admit it. They got similar hair. My homeboy, look, the mixed kids, man. I know about it.
They got 24 carat.
If you want to pull up Mahomes, just pull up Dylan Raiola at this point.
Oh, now that's even closer of a depiction. Those are like twins, man. That is a little weird to me, though. I mean, I understand looking up to a player, but I mean
But doing his everything.
I like my homeboy hair, and I don't like that kid's hair.
Okay, well, at least they got some hair. I mean, you know what I mean? It's, at the end of the day, man, we're just thankful to still have hair. I mean, I'm 30. I still got my ponytail going on. I'm going to hold on to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hunter, what else you got for it? What do you think about a can't-lose game for Alabama, man? We're about to dive into that here in a second. As a matter of fact, I don't know if it was you or JT or somebody posted it. I saw it on X like a week ago.
I think I posted. It might have been me. I know I posted something about something. I can't remember.
You just using AI. That's what it is. That's how you don't know. You using AI. You don't even know what you post no more, man.
I post so much on Twitter that I just rile up fan bases.
I'm just messing with you. But can't lose game, man. I mean, obviously there's a number of them you could probably go with. But when you look at Alabama's schedule in 2026, is there one game that you say, all right, that's just one game that you cannot afford to drop? I'll put it on the screen for you, too.
We have to get back on FSU no matter what. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay. That's fair.
But I'll say this. We can't lose more than 2 in that 4-game stretch.
I agree with you. So you're saying if you want to, keep those goals of making a playoff run and all that stuff, you're saying it's just critical that you go at least 2-2 in that 4-game stretch.
Yeah.
I agree with you there because
you can't. I'm gonna say this: since it's like close to the end of the schedule, you can't lose to LSU. Even if you already have a loss.
Well, they're gonna lose that one. You mark that down.
Yeah, I don't think you will.
So?
But
no, they're gonna lose it at LSU. They will lose.
Well, last time, Coach DeBoer's first time going to Baton Rouge.
I don't care about all that.
No, I'm saying now, granted, it was the Jalen Milroe show, because remember, he ran all over the place. But I'm just saying, it kind of shocked me, because I was thinking that too. I'm like, man, this is Coach DeBoer's first time going to Baton Rouge, and I know what kind of place that is. It's rowdy, especially at night. But they handled themselves just fine. Now, granted, that was a little bit different of a showing. Now you got a first-year quarterback that will be starting in that game, so that's something to consider. Plus, Lane Kiffin I know people are saying, I don't know how good they're going to be. Listen, they got some good players out the portal, man. And they got even some of the young kids. I was looking at some of the young defensive tackles that they brought in. I know they're young, but you can play early on the defensive line. You can. I think they're going to be a tough team.
If Alabama go 8-4, that'll be good for them.
8-4. Who are the other two? Where are the other two? Where are the other two losses at then?
I don't care where they are. But they're going to lose.
No, but I'm saying, but you got to at least all right, never mind. We'll talk about it another time. We ain't got time to do that right now. So, Hunter, you're going with LSU.
Yeah.
I know one, and that's LSU. And I know two, the day before my birthday, Texas A&M. I know three, Georgia. Then they got a chance to lose South Carolina, Florida State, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Auburn. So that's what I'm saying. So 7-5 is not like it can't happen.
I would say there's probably a 10% chance of 7-5.
Well, you can say all that 10%.
I would say maybe like a 20% chance on 8-4. Maybe 25.
I can say it's going to be 50 tomorrow.
No, I'm just talking. But I'm just saying. I think 9-3. I think 9-3 is a sweet spot. I think 10-2 is definitely possible.
Sounds so good. Sounds good.
Bro, you said this last year, or whatever year it was, and I told you.
It sounds good, but you said it's the first year. Let me say this. Let me say this. I'm going to go to break. The two most critical positions is a massive question mark for the Crimson Tide, and that's quarterback, and that's the offensive line. They got a massive question mark there. So I don't think you can sit up here and say that because it's Alabama and the script A going to just roll the helmet at center field, midfield, and just win the game. That's not the case no more. We have to look at the facts. Offensive line, new coach, question mark.
I think
quarterback, new
coaching. The
question mark.
Coaching part.
So
I would argue the coaching part again, and I know it's way too early to say this, but I'm just saying, I think all early indications lead me to believe that you probably upgraded at the offensive line coaching position. In terms of the personnel, I said this during the portal period, and I know some of our fans were upset just because, again, if you don't sunshine pump, they get mad at you. Cole Kubick agreed and said the same thing I said. You can't really definitively say that we upgraded the talent on our offensive line. I don't think we necessarily did. Not saying that can't be the case down the stretch. Okay. Right now, I can't say that. But what I can say is, and I'll get to this on the video, is that with much better coaching and with guys that I hate when people just go along with the narrative. Oh, well, they got guys that fit their scheme. Realistically, like if you're only talking about like the guards like Vandermark and Dewberry, for what they need them to do with all the pin and pull that we run, wasn't probably ideal. I think Michael Carroll and Will Sanders, those guys fit better at guard in terms of pulling and playing in space. Even if they just execute at a little bit higher of a rate, I do think you'll see some improvement. So that being said, I think there's going to be improvement. Now, you keep saying the first-year quarterback thing. I hear what you're saying, but it's not like the guys don't have potential. You share some of those same beliefs.
A lot of people have.
Yeah. You said that about Ty Simpson last year, and I told you, because we just talked about this yesterday with Steven from Raleigh. I think they had him as like the 12th quarterback, preseason SEC quarterbacks ranking, going into the season. And I said, that's because he hasn't really started. Ty Simpson is much better than the 12th best quarterback in the SEC.
But I had the chance to see Ty Simpson in person myself at practice.
And I've had the chance to see both Keelan and Austin Mack in person in practice. And I'm telling you, it's a very similar scenario. I'm not saying they'll end up both. To me, I think they both have ceilings that are. Keelan Russell has the highest ceiling of them all. Austin Mack, I think he has a very high ceiling as well. I'm not saying they both recreate what you're
saying that they got two NFL quarterbacks with them, two guys.
I think Austin Mack could have gone and easily started another P4 program. I do. Now, there's some consistency issues there, in my opinion. Sometimes it's a little off.
I mean, I like how he played against Indiana in that garbage time.
He had some nice throws in that game. You got to remember,
I think he can be decent. But
and that was a really good defense. So for him to come in that game.
Yeah, but the game was over when he was in there.
No. Ty got hurt like in second quarter? It was before halftime, I'm pretty sure.
But the game was over even at halftime.
My point is that imagine if he got to start from the first game and had the experience building up. I'm just saying the guy can play football, and then Keelan Russell has that.
I know he can play football, but the thing you still got to look at, they have no experience at that position. They have an offensive line that can't stop a cold sometime. I mean, so that's if the offensive line can't block nobody, and them guards, what somebody said in the chat was horrific, and that tackle where you know what, there was a lot of lookout blocks opening up the gate as they call it. If that's happening, you talking about the worst of that schedule biting them. I mean, so I'm just saying, I'm not saying that it can happen. I'm just saying right now, today, July the 8th, looking at their roster, looking at what they had coming back, my heart tells me they're going to struggle, and especially early. So if I look at the early games, East Carolina, let's see, am I looking at the right thing?
South Carolina, Kentucky, Florida State.
Them games right there gonna be a problem. South Carolina with this new offense, Killer Brown's gonna be a problem. Florida State, you know how they got talent, they spend money, gonna be a problem with young quarterbacks with a offensive line that's questionable right now. So you talking about that big stretch? I'm more worried about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because they got a quarterback with zero experience, and it's going to take time. And that means I think the play calling might be a little limited. Maybe not if it's Austin Mack because he's been around, came on board in the system. So that's why I said he is going to start. It is not going to be Keelan Russell. It's going to be Austin Mack. You can mark that down.
I'll say this though. I mean, with that terrible O-line last year, we had a 4-game stretch last year as well. Went 4-0 in it. I think if we have a top 50 O-line this year.
Yeah, I don't see it, Hunter. I don't see it, bro. I think you might drop a game. If you get away losing one, two, if you go 4-1 the first 5, good. But if you go 3-2, it's going to be a long season.
3-2 is kind of crazy.
I know y'all got faith, and the Bible says without faith, it's impossible to please God. Well, I'll echo it this way: without faith, it's impossible to please Tide Road.
But here,
I get it.
Here's the thing: 3-2 in the first 5 games is like worst case scenario.
That's what I'm saying. I said worst case.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're leaning into worst case scenario. Like 3-2 in the first 5. No one's saying that can't happen. It can happen to anybody. It can, right? I mean, you could lose on any given day. But I'm just telling you that's like worst case scenario. So I hear what you're saying. If things just, again, don't fall our way, we play bad, it's taking too long to get up to speed. The good news is, the way I view it is, that stretch that you have down the stretch of the season, you'll already have plenty of time to have kind of mesh, gel, build the chemistry up, get through some of those growing pains, and you're kind of hitting those tough games or that tough stretch at a time where you're going to be more battle tested. You've already gone on the road and played an SEC team in Kentucky week 2. You've already played, like you said, a scrappy Florida State. I got to do more, research on in terms of.
Florida State gonna have talent, bro.
I know they're gonna have talent. I know they're gonna have talent.
And that coach is on the really fire. He is under fire.
Right.
So
but
that's a dangerous game.
But you also have them out. You also have them.
I don't care.
It's also a revenge game. I'm just telling you, like the odds are going to be in your favor with a lot of that factored in.
That sounds good, but let's look at
it. Sounds good though. Those are facts.
Let's look at the facts. The facts again. These quarterbacks haven't played real meaningful football, and an offensive line that's under repair. You go, in the building, and you're walking through the room, and the building on the outside looks so good, but then you open up the door, the revolving door, and you walk through, and there's a sign that says, we're under repair or under construction. You know what I mean? This is what Alabama is. They are under construction offensively with an offensive coordinator that is on the ropes, an offensive coordinator that somehow can't run the football with this offense, an offensive coordinator that play calling is suspect. and so these are real issues. And as a fan, I can hope, like Hunter said, I hope. Even the Holy Scriptures tell us to hope. And hope ain't a bad thing. But on this side of heaven, we look at what's real. And what's real is an offensive line that was terrible, that yet he had a first round good. We understand that. But as a whole, bad. And now they got a quarterback that went in the first round who stepped up and played. Kudos to him, but we have unproven guys. This is what I know. If your trigger man can't play or unproven, and defense coordinators are going to come at him, they're going to blitz him, they're going to show him different looks. You're talking about reading defense, they're going to win the dress, they're going to do all these things to try to confuse young quarterbacks, and they typically early on make mistakes, which is why I say that those early games could be tricky. That's all I'm saying. Now, if I want to sit here as a fan, it's Alabama. They were 5-star guys. They got talent. And I think they're going to come out, with blazing glory. As a fan, that's what I say. But as a realist, as one that knows the game, covers the game, understands it, I'm saying beware, because Alabama's offense, catch this, is under construction.
I mean, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with you on the under construction thing. Like I said, though, I think, like Hunter made a good point. I mean, if they were 125th nationally with their rushing attack last season and they went 10-2, all I'm saying is I think this staff has at least proven that, yes, they need to clean some stuff up, but they've proven that they can find other ways to win football games. Now, granted, defense helped out a lot. I think a lot of people are still optimistic about that. I mean, you can hang your hat knowing that you're probably going to have one of the best secondaries nationally, right? Front seven, I think, is still a little bit of a question mark in my opinion.
That's another thing. You can't sack the quarterback. That's three things.
Well, they didn't really sack the quarterback a whole bunch last year, and they still rank as a top 20 defense. So I'm just saying, I think you just have to take a lot of this stuff into consideration. They might not be perfect or ideal, but they find ways. And I think a lot of people kind of lean into that. Hunter, what you got before we hit this break?
I was about to say, also, our run defense wasn't the greatest either.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It needs to be more consistent, but they felt that they've addressed areas of need up front. They've tried to get bigger on the defensive line. Hopefully that, plays a role. I'll be honest with you. I'm never the type of person to think just because you got bigger, that means you're automatically going to be better stopping the run. I know teams that have a lot of big defensive linemen, but they don't play with great technique, or they don't have great leverage, or they're out of position. They don't really do anything. So I think you got to do a little bit more than just get bigger if you really want to fix the problem. But I do think defense will be pretty solid, but we'll have to see. And we're going to need them to, because like he said, those first few games, man, you got growing pains offensively. Defensively too, but offensively you definitely have.
Let me see if I can remember. I'm gonna take us. Let me try to take us a break. I ain't did this in a minute.
Oh God.
Hunter, we appreciate your phone call, brother. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hunter, we appreciate you, brother.
We appreciate you. Remember, we're taking your phone calls, 205-342-9904. And give us a call, give us some feedback. Will Bama get past that 8-4 mark? Or will there be some trap games? We're discussing right here on the Miller's Edge, right here on Tide 100.9, 1250.
Tuscaloosa Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Lease a new 2026 Chrysler Pacifica Select for $421 a month for 42 months, $39.99 due at signing.
Do you have cracks or potholes that are dragging down your property's appeal? Hey, I'm Christian Miller, and at Asphalt Restoration, we transform driveways and parking lots with expert repairs, new paving, or resurfacing. Fast, durable, and family-owned quality that you can trust. Don't let small issues turn into big expenses. Call 205-393-9149 for your free estimate today. That's 205-393-9149. Asphalt Restoration, where smooth roads start. Roll Tide.
From our home base in Birmingham, Alabama,
We are here treating patients from every generation
across the United States
and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers, trying to make a name for themselves.
We are here for the achievers,
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors who are shaping the next generation of legends. We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing victory over injury.
Learn more at andrewsportsmedicine.com.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I wanted to tell you about our friends over at Lamparello Law, Education and Advocacy. Founded by attorney and Professor Adam Lamparello, helping students at every level with mentoring, exam prep, applications, and career planning. Adam also represents students, faculty, and athletes in academic misconduct, First Amendment, NIL, and criminal defense cases. Known for real care and relentless advocacy. For guidance you can trust, call 201-317-5115 or visit Lamparello-Law.com. That's Lamparello Law, Education, and Advocacy. Proud partner. Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I want to tell you about our great friends over at Brian Harding Construction. Located in the heart of Tuscaloosa, Brian Harding Construction is woman-owned and strong as steel. A specialty manufacturing firm with expertise in structural steel fabrication, ASME code piping and vessels, CNC machine work, welding, laser cutting, pipe fitting, industrial maintenance, and crane rentals. With a proven track record of over 30-plus years of experience, no one is better fit for the job. For an evaluation, contact Brian Harding Construction today at 205-752-9611. Again, that's Brian Harding Construction at 205-752-9611.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more,
9,000 for a free consultation, no fees unless we win. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be formed is greater than that of other lawyers.
From our home base in Birmingham, Alabama, we are here treating patients from every generation
across the United States
and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers, trying to make a name for themselves.
We are here for the achievers,
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors.
The kitchen counter.
Clorox disinfecting wipes kills 99.9% of germs without smelling like it. Clorox, clean feels good. Use as directed.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites, from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
The best sports talk in the state. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Tide 100.9, 1230 WTV. So let's move the conversation a little bit. Let's talk about a guy who's very popular around here, man. Ryan Coleman Williams, new last name, a guy that's been, highly taught about since he was a recruit coming out of high school, electric freshman campaign. little bit of that sophomore slump last year, but still statistically, if we're being honest here, you look at the stats. I mean, it definitely, from the eye test, which I think is probably most important, right, there definitely were struggles. We're not going to ignore that. But it's safe to say, too, though, I mean, for a guy that missed a game or at least a game and a half to injury, a couple games he had zero or hardly any targets to still go for like 600-something yards. I mean, second leading receiver. I mean, it wasn't like the end of the world for him. But anyway, I see somebody was talking about him on the next round. And so let's listen to this clip and we'll respond to it.
I get it. He's got plenty of detractors, and here is why. Okay. He led power conference receivers with 10 drops, 2 more than anybody else in the power conference level. Only 5 contested catches when we watched 20 SEC wide receivers have at least 6 last season, and he wasn't one of them. And for a guy that's so lethal after the catch, and you're like, look, man, just get the ball in his hands. Let's see what he can do. He's only 15th in the SEC in yak yards. So that's got to get better. It's possible that Russell's classmate, Lottie Brooks, guy that's going to be mentioned later on in this, he could emerge as the wide receiver 1 in this offense, and Coleman Williams is more of like the highlight reel complimentary type guy. But I still think that there is just so much talent and so much potential. And I'm willing to take a chance on a guy that is 19 years old. Yes, he's 19 now, not 17. And already has 1,600 scrimmage yards and 14 touchdowns at this level. As polarizing as he is, I get the entire Ryan Coleman Williams spectrum, I promise.
So I'll just say this. I know a lot of people have a lot to say. I think he mentioned the drops, one of the leaders in FBS with the amount of drops. But like you also pointed out, man, you're talking about a guy who was special. When the ball is in a guy like Ryan Coleman Williams' hands, man, you just don't know what's going to happen, right? There's always potential for a big play to happen. And I know he mentioned the yak yards not being as high as you probably would assume, but I would probably argue is maybe because the opportunities weren't necessarily there, right? I mean, listen, this guy is somebody that you got to keep feeding him. That's how it works. You got to keep feeding him, and the more opportunities he gets, the more chance you have for big plays to happen. I don't know how the season plays out personally, but I'm very optimistic and confident that he's definitely gonna have a bounce back type of year. What say you guys, Pastor Payne? I'll let you answer that.
Listen,
what kind of year are you seeing from Ryan Coleman?
Mr. Coleman Williams is a phenomenal talent. I mean, there's no denying what Ryan can do on the football field. I think we haven't even seen the ceiling of Ryan Coleman Williams. Listen, you got coordinators that's kind of found their way. So you got 2 different coordinators, 2 different offenses that you're trying to learn from. And I think, 2 years ago, they did a better job of getting him the football. I think they got down on him a little bit. And the thing with a young player with high-level talent, we see what happens, right? Ryan could make this, but the hard catches is phenomenal, right? It's kind of like O.J. Beckham. That one-handed catches and, contorting his body, and I think that like you should drop, he makes. But then you throw him a slant route wide open, and it's a touchdown. If he catches it, then he drops it. Because I think some players that's that talented, they are always looking for the phenomenal catch, the phenomenal hit, the phenomenal play that's going to make Sports Center. And so I think he needs, and here's the thing, didn't his receiver coach, Mr. Shepard, leave?
Yeah.
I think that was a big deal. I think he had a coach that could that could coach him hard, that he kind of respected and wanted to work for. And I think when he left, I think that hurt his game. And, Ryan.
No, he left this offseason.
Okay. But my point is, okay, let's go OC.
Listen, I'll be honest. I think it's the opposite. I'll be honest with you. I almost think that Coach Shepard might have been.
Shepard just left. I thought he left.
He just left this offseason. Okay. So what I'm saying is, personally, I almost feel like that all kind of played into his lack of confidence, man. Now, I don't know for sure. I mean, maybe it was more on the court. I don't know who, but I'm just saying.
But here's the bottom line. I'm not even going to go there, but let me just talk about his talent.
No, but I think
he's excellent. He's an excellent football player. He just got to find a way to find consistency. And that's a big thing. When he finds that, and I think he's the type of player that you got to get him the ball early. And I think this is on the offensive coordinator. You find ways to get him involved early. You let him start cooking early, right? Whether it be zip screens, whether it be, pop passes, whatever. Let him get the ball, let him get in space, let him do what he does. You'll see more of that rack as the guy was just talking about, run after the catch. And you see him making plays. When they don't get him the ball early, I think this is a head issue. Mentally, he gets out of the game. And I think he loses his focus, and I think that's why we see him dropping easy passes, because his focus is not there. The key, if I'm an OC and I got a guy like Coleman Williams, I'm making sure I am intentional, like that word, intentional in getting him the football so he can make plays. And that's the biggest thing.
Kind of like what you see right here. That game, they did that, was it like double reverse into a screen, double reverse, throwback screen?
And he's young. I mean, the dude was 17 in his freshman year. I mean, he's a young football player. So he's learning, he's maturing. Now you got another quarterback. This is third year, right?
Yeah, he's a 19-year-old junior.
Okay, so now you're talking about Jalen Milroe. Now you're talking about, last year, Ty Simpson. Now you got a third quarterback, too. So, I mean, there's nothing that's been very solid for him, but the dude is straight out fire when it comes to making plays in space. So if you Ryan Grubb, listen, he's your best choice to get your offense going. He's the best player on offense. Yeah, he's been inconsistent, but he is the best player that they have on the offensive side of the ball. Hands down, period.
When you look at him and you look at a guy like Latsier Brooks, who was also a freshman last season, remember, number 3, very, very solid freshman year for Latsier Brooks. He had a huge game in the playoff game against Oklahoma, stepped up big time. You can tell, I mean, this guy he was not the highest when it came to recruiting coming out of high school, but he's definitely a top wide receiver at the college football level. How do you compare the two? Who do you see stepping up as that true wide receiver one, that top guy for Alabama next season? You think Ryan kind of reclaims that? Because remember, Jeremy Bernard was that wide receiver one last year. They lose him to the Steelers. They lost Isaiah Horton, who was their leader in touchdowns and receiving touchdowns. Ryan's the vet in the room. They brought in Noah Rodgers from NC State, who was very promising during the spring, but unfortunately had that knee injury during A-Day and is going to miss the majority of the season. Do you see? Are you confident Ryan could step up as being that primary target again? And
and you know why?
Why?
Can Chase hear me?
Yes, he can.
Chase, pile up some money, please. Money, 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 money. The reason why Coleman Williams is going to be that guy, this is year number 3, right? Year number 3. And what happens after year number 3, you become draft eligible. Excuse me, I get that word out. Draft eligible. And this becomes a money year for Coleman Williams. And believe me, he's looking at making that shift and getting paid. He can't be having the most drops. He's got to be solid. He is working his tail off this offseason to make sure that. And the reason I can feel confident in him stepping the game up is because of money. Because of the cheddar. Because of the cheese. The reason why Coleman Williams is going to be that dude is that right there. That song once said, M-O-N-E-Y, it'll get you anything you want to buy. And I know a lot of them going to say, well, they already get paid. Yes, but compared to being a top 10 pick, that's like peanuts, okay? I'm just trying to tell you right now, these players know. That's why they say in 3 or so many years, I choose Alabama. Because their mindset is 3 years. They hoping that I go to school for 3 years, then I go get the big money bag. So that being said, I'm a bank. If I was a betting guy, which I'm not, or if I had money and I wanted to bet, which I don't, it would be on Ryan Coleman Williams doing his thing. I'm going to step out there right now and say he's going to be the bona fide number 1 wide receiver, and nobody else is going to be even close to being that. Because they didn't even go out. They brought that guy from NC State. I seen him play. He wasn't that good. And I saw him trying to run routes One time he falling down, tripping over his feet.
Listen, and I know we watched that on here, but I will say though, over the course of the spring, he was arguably probably the most consistent receiver. So I'll give him that. No, and I'm serious. Before that injury, he was on pace to definitely be a major contributor, right? It would have been Ryan, Lassier Brooks, and Noah Rodgers. But
he's going to be the third guy, or maybe the fourth guy.
Well, he's going to be, rehabbing because he.
No, I'm saying he was going to be had it not been.
He wouldn't have been the injury. He would have been at the third at the lowest point. But he was honestly shown to be the most consistent guy. I mean, he like I went to the scrimmage. The second scrimmage I went to. He had a great day. He was. I mean, he easily was the most productive wide receiver. Then unfortunately, A-Day he went down with a knee injury. We got to hit a timeout. We come back. We wrap things up.
I got to go eat.
Okay, then he's going to go eat, and I think we all are probably going to eat in a little bit. It is lunchtime. I'm sure a lot of you are listening to us during your lunch break, which we appreciate.
It's 12:30 instead of 12:50. I stand corrected. Sorry,
do you want to do it again? You want to try it again?
All right. It is 12:48 here in T-Town, Titletown, Tuscaloosa. We're up against our last and final break of the show. Sit back, relax. We'll come back. We're going to finish strong because we believe in finishing well. You listen to the Miller's Edge right here on Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC.
Do you have cracks or potholes that are dragging down your property's appeal? Hey, I'm Christian Miller, and at Asphalt Restoration, we transform driveways and parking lots with expert repairs, new paving, or resurfacing. Fast, durable, and family-owned quality that you can trust. Don't let small issues turn into big expenses. Call 205-393.
In Alabama, they've got 5,000 square feet of Irish food, drink, and music. For a great Irish experience, head to the free, that's Innisfree Irish Pub.
From our home base in Birmingham, Alabama, we are here treating patients from every generation
across the United States
and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers, trying to make a name for themselves.
We are here for the achievers,
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors.
$1,000. Great atmosphere, outstanding customer service. Where they do that at? Bama Entertainment, where the odds are always in your favor. Take exit 45 off 2059, sponsored by Red.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I wanted to tell you about our friends over at Lamparello Law, Education and Advocacy. Founded by attorney and Professor Adam Lamparello, helping students at every level with mentoring, exam prep, applications, and career planning. Adam also represents students, faculty, and athletes in academic misconduct, First Amendment, NIL, and criminal defense cases. Known for real care and relentless advocacy. For guidance you can trust, call 201-317-5115 or visit lamparello-law.com. That's Lamparello Law, Education, and Advocacy. Proud partner.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Coming up on the Wednesday edition of The Game, we're going to feature Aaron Torres, Fox Sports national analyst. We'll talk to Bruce Marshall, Las Vegas handicapper, and a lot more starting at 2 p.m. on the Wednesday edition of The Game on Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports talk show in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC. And streaming worldwide on the free Tide app. Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Sweltering sunshine here this afternoon at 93. Feeling closer to 100. Watch for a chance of thunderstorms. A westerly breeze. Tonight, clear and warm and muggy, 74. Dangerous heat continues Thursday and Friday with temperatures in the mid-90s. Heat index values between 100 and 105. Widespread heavy rain returns to the forecast on Sunday. Richard Weathing of the Weather Channel for Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
It's 91 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Catch every game and every moment right here. This is your home of Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
And welcome back into this Wednesday edition of Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. There's Chase, by the way. Chase got his camera on.
Let me holler at Chase.
I know you wanted to holler at Chase. And Norris in the back, too, man.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time to change in Alabama. We got 2 black brothers up in the house in the production room. Listen, the brothers used to get on the air. We be, on air talent. The brothers but you never saw brothers in the production room. Praise the Lord. We coming on up like the Jeffersons. We're moving on up. It's up.
Look at that.
We need a screenshot that. How you screenshot us right here? Ooh, we looking good. Okay. Listen, it's kind of like, in the NFL. There's a lot of brothers in the NFL, but there's not no black owners. There's very few,
all you talk
if
about
any,
is,
black
bro, what is up with all y'all old folks? All y'all talk about is race.
I'm about Jesus, but I'm still about seeing brothers who we didn't always have these kind of opportunities, and I celebrate those opportunities. That's all I'm saying. When I see brothers doing well, I told the kids yesterday, look, be better than just I want to be a football player. I want to own a team one day. I want to be a general manager one day. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Amen. We got a couple minutes left here on the show.
I said I was going to eat. But listen here, I am going to eat. But I am proud of you, Chase. And what's the brother name? Norris, yes. Yeah. Keep doing your thing, man. Because you know what's going to happen? Eventually, we're going to own a radio station. We're going to have our own stuff. That's how we got to believe. As an athlete, you think that way. You think for greatness.
Actually, there was a player that played at Alabama that did that. Wes Neighbors. Now he's not African American like you're describing.
Those are the guys that became the at Duke.
I don't know, but shout out to Wes Neighbors. He played football here back in the day, and matter of fact, I played with his nephews and I think I think Roby and them are his nephews. Anyway, but he hosted a radio show and he ended up
race. Come on, bro. No, I am about seeing people who didn't always have opportunities like us black and brown kids that, like myself, we didn't have so many opportunities. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I told them yesterday. I went back to my town because there's I didn't have athletes who went to college or pros to come back and teach. And there's a lot of young black kids in my little town that needs to see somebody that looks like them, came from places where they came from, that God is blessed to be successful. You just go back. It ain't about, nobody's racist on this show. My kids are, what do you say, you European? Whatever you said, something.
54%.
Yeah, see? No. So I'm about God doing great things through people.
I know. I think it's just every 10 minutes, it's like, oh, black brother. Sometimes it's kind of like, all right, we get it. But I get what you're saying. Celebrating too is important too. I'm
saying I'm proud of the 2 young brothers who happen to be African American. I've been doing radio for a long time, and that was never the case. And I'm saying I'm excited to see that. That's all.
But really though, behind the glass though.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
You were doing radio in 2008, 2010.
I was doing radio in 2002.
And I'm pretty sure there was some African American producers.
It
might not have been at your station.
I was in Charlotte. I was in Columbia, 2 mid-major markets. But yeah, I'm just saying you didn't see it a lot. That's true.
But you said they were hosts though. There
were guys that there weren't that many of us even as hosts back then. I'm just saying, but you never saw guys that was in the production side of things or PD, what they call PDs of radio stations, unless it was an R&B station. It's just cool, man. It's cool to say that. Because it's truth. It ain't nothing about race. I'm the farthest from being a racist person. But my point is,
you love staying on them yachts.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, that's what I do, though.
We know.
You know what I mean? Sleeping in my quarters and listen. I'm gonna give you one more scripture, Chase. Chase, you'll know this one. Your gift will make room for you and place you in front of great men. Let me say it again for the people in the back of the church on chat. Your gift will make room for you and place you in front of great men, meaning that the gift that God gives us, we got to go. He's going to place us in front of great men, even those that own a yacht. Praise God.
There you go. Amen. That'll do it for us on this Wednesday edition. We got Thursday tomorrow. We got Adam from Lamprey Law. We got our guy Brandon Clear. That'll do it for us Norris, Chase behind the glass, Pastor of Pain, who's flexing, needs to go walk off that a little bit more. But appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230.
All right, boys.